I'm here in Medjugorje and I'm with, what's your name?
My name is Renato Abueg,
And where are you from?
America.
America. And you said it's first time for you here?
Yes.
What did you think about Medjugorje when you heard the first time about Medjugorje?
I was surprised. I was expecting a little bit more native, like
Yeah.
not as developed as this.
Yeah.
But I noticed that the people in here are very, very religious.
Yeah.
They cling to their beliefs and they practice it. There's a lot of Catholics who say that they're Catholics, but they usually follow it up with the word, I'm not a practicing Catholic, which is why I say that I'm Catholic and then you're not going to be practicing it.
And somebody said, a priest, a non-practicing Catholic is not a Catholic. He was very clear about that.
Yes.
Why are you a practicing Catholic?
Oh, I think I was born into it. My mother was a very, very religious woman.
Yeah.
And I went to Catholic schools, never to any other schools other than a Catholic. Elementary was I studied in, they called Ateneo. I was born in the Philippines. When I started going, I never knew that being a Catholic is something that you have to show that you are a Catholic and be proud of it. They taught me a lot about being a Catholic. After finishing because my school transferred to another place, so I had to change. I went to what they called a Salesian order of school. They call it Don Bosco Technical School. And I started liking it more because they were teaching me independence on how that I don't have to depend on anybody else but myself. I was not born rich. My mother struggled and my parents struggled in order to bring me to that school, which is, in the Philippines, it's a private school. So it's not part of the government school. So nothing is free. So I have to understand that I have to work hard because my parents were working hard for it. So I really have to work hard and study well. And that gives me more understanding on what the Catholic religion stands for. It's not for you gaining more for yourself, but gaining for the whole community and country. And that is what they raised me for. So after that, I said, I might as well study and become a doctor. I'm a doctor of medicine. And, I have a grandmother who's not a practicing. She's not a Catholic, and she doesn't believe too much in it because I think she made her money by just doing business and not going to church. She was so busy. And when I said I wanted to continue in becoming a priest, he said no. Even though my family is what they call a matriarchal type of family, wherein the eldest one is the one that makes decisions, and my grandmother was the eldest. So, being disappointed and being very sad about it, I said from now on I will study the longest course that I could find, or the longest. So I took up medicine because it will take me about 8 years in order to finish it. But I still believe in everything, that I never wavered from being a Catholic.
And what is for you the beauty of the Catholic faith?
The beauty of it is not the way they teach me in the Salesian, because it is what they call a missionary order. It is do what you can for the people in order to help them, and think of yourself last. So in some ways, they taught me everything. making my own clothes, ironing my own clothes, washing my own clothes, cleaning everything up that needs to be cleaned without any complaints. Because they said that complaint is an excuse for you not wanting to do what you're supposed to be doing, and that is complaining. So I said, okay, started learning, and that is when I should be giving rather than receiving.
And you saw when you give, you receive so much more. Did you see
Yes.
that in your life?
Yes.
Same with
Yeah.
me.
So I continued, even though I became a doctor,
Yeah.
I continued on doing at least once a year for at least 2 weeks or 1 month. I do what they call pre-clinics. I go to other places, different countries, and I do it as my mission. I will stay there for about 2 weeks in order to do some medical stuff, and then go back to where I started. Go back to where I was working, and do that for another, and then wait for my turn again to do it on a yearly basis. And I did that for about 20 years.
And you are here now, so beautiful. And you are here now, I think you're coming to the end of the journey in Medjugorje.
Yes.
What is Medjugorje for you now, being here on a pilgrimage?
I have some friends who went in here, and they gave me testimonies on how they feel about it. They came here with some ailments, and they said, I know I'm not totally cured, but I'm better than when I went in there before. And that is what I want to obtain myself. The peace of mind that I came here to pray, and that's about it.
You went to confession here?
No, not yet. We wanted, my wife and I are planning to.
To go tonight, maybe?
Yeah.
You go regularly in your church in America?
Yes. Oh,
What would you tell people why not to be scared to go to confession? Because a lot of people are scared.
Oh, you know that the Catholic went through a different change during the time when there was a lot of abuses that were going on. You see, the mistake of one becomes the mistake of the whole religion itself.
Yeah.
Even though the percentage of those who committed those crimes
And there are crimes. If you abuse somebody,
Yeah.
it's the
is
outrageous crime.
is minuscule to the size of the whole Catholic religion.
Yeah, absolutely. So few of them did
Yeah.
this piece. Yeah.
But the thing is that you know how bad news always dissipates.
Yeah.
It goes everywhere. And good news, you can seldom hear it.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, okay, do people make a mistake? The thing about it is that it doesn't mean that every one of us is doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And what would you tell people? What is the beauty of confession?
What the beauty of confession is, the priests dedicated themselves in order to represent God. Whatever you tell them, it's just like telling a doctor, this is my disease. I hope to keep it between you and me. Forgiveness comes in different ways. And so is the priest. The priest is the representative of the Catholic Church.
Of Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. That is what Jesus was the one who started this by telling the apostles that go and spread my words. And we have to respect that.
Yes. And what is for you the beauty of Jesus' word?
Or everything is the truth. He doesn't mention words. When he says words, that is what he meant. It's not to be interpreted into different meanings. And you don't have to tell me that I'm great. Not like there's a religion that does it. I don't want to mention I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention the religion that does it.
Yeah.
But Jesus said, "Don't praise me. It's my job to do this."
Yeah. Praise God the Father, right?
Yeah.
So
It was the intention of my Father is to save you guys,
yeah.
and that's why I'm dying for you.
So beautiful, no? The
Very,
biggest gift. And what is the Eucharist for you? A lot of people don't understand Holy Eucharist.
The way I interpreted the Holy Eucharist is that it is an admonition that this is my word, this is my body, and this is my blood. So take it as it is. I am pardoning you. That's about it.
So beautiful. You pray the rosary
Yes, we do.
with your wife together?
Yes.
And there's a saying, when the husband and wife pray together, they stay together. You see that this has a good effect on your marriage?
Yes.
It does.
Yes. I have 4 kids.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, all of them. 2 of them are doctors. 1 is a lawyer, and my son died 14 years ago.
Wow.
It was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
but they go to I have 3 grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
All of them goes to a Catholic church, never a public school, because we don't believe in letting them. So they understand what our religion is, and they talk to you. They explain to you what
They're
do.
Catholics as well.
Yes,
You
they are.
gave good example. And would you also say, like my father lost my brother and my sister, would you say that the Catholic faith helped you to overcome, because this is a big challenge to lose a child?
Yes, well, adapting to somebody's death is one of the hardest things for me.
Yeah.
I miss him very much.
Yeah, I can understand very well. You know, I lost my sister, my brother, my mother. I understand it's a huge pain.
Yeah.
But you feel also that the faith is carrying you through?
Yes. My mother has a saying, don't look at my dad as we separating.
I know the pain. This morning, yesterday, I understand you so well. Because this is like you said, the biggest. But you know, you're giving hope now to people out there who have the same challenge. My father, other family fathers, mothers. You know, my mother said it's a stone which doesn't go away from the heart. It's a burden on the heart. Don't worry, I understand fully.
No, it's just my mother.
A strong woman. I see how you are.
Yeah.
Must have been a strong woman in faith.
Yeah, my mother said,
Yeah.
don't blame my death on God, because He wants me to be with Him now. I've stayed too long on earth. I'm sorry.
No, I understand you very, very well. You know.
Yeah.
And that you know, this is, and so many people pass it, and you know, and you didn't get hard. Other people get hard. They become alcoholics, whatever they become. I heard from stories that divorced when the child died, became alcoholics.
Maybe that's the reason why she said that.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe she gave you that
It's
advice.
not my religion that killed me.
Yeah.
It is just my time to die.
Yeah.
Because God cannot keep all of us in one place.
Yeah.
Some of us has got to go see Him, and some of us has got to go be punished. So I understood how is it. The Catholic religion is not a very hard religion, because we don't take revenge for the purpose of satisfying ourselves. There's no revenge in the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
There's always forgiveness, understanding, and you know, you have to take a look at life the way life is supposed to be. It's not to be enjoyed, but you have to use it for the good of the people, not for you. Don't ever think, because being selfish is not a good Catholic.
So true what you're saying.
Yeah.
And what would you say for now? You were here in Medjugorje. What is your favorite place in Medjugorje? You like the church, the hills?
I have a hard time. I have a hip problem. But we went to the Apparition Mountain.
Apparition Hill?
It took me a long time, and I even stumbled. But as soon as you get from going up there, and once you reach the goal, then you know sometimes it makes your life as if you're floating on something. It's not that. I didn't go there to take pictures. I went in there to see how the others people suffered in order to serve Mary, and to show her how much you love her.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and that's.
At the end, what would you say? Why people should come here to Medjugorje maybe one time?
There's always what they call doubters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always people who think that, well, you go there thinking that you will be saved and thinking you will be that and thinking. If you think that way, I don't think that's being selfish. Because you are here to see what Mary can do for you. It's not what can, to satisfy yourself. It's not that you paid for something here thinking that, okay, I expect a miracle. Miracle comes in all sorts of ways, so many things that, it's not that because you went in here, you expect that, okay, I'm going to get better. No. I think the purpose of Mary is to keep you on reminding yourself that prayer is the answer to every problem that you have. It clears your mind, it clears everything. That by praying, you want to be close to God and not to be close to yourself.
Wow. And you are married for a long time, you have 4 children. What would you give the younger generation as an advice how to have a good marriage?
It's not even the religion itself. It is, you have to make, when making a choice as to who's to be your wife or your husband, it is how you can live a peaceful and very, the togetherness. You understand each other. You will fight. There's no problem with fighting, because if you don't fight, you don't know how much you love each other. That is the way the marriage goes. You see, the union between a husband and a wife is that you come from different types of family. The thing is that you talk together, you see what your problem is, solve it without any doing such thing. Not that I'm tired of you, I might as well get another wife again. That's not a marriage. That's convenience. You don't expect to have no problem at all unless you married one of the saints, which is impossible to do. It is, how can I best love my wife? How can I love my kids more? It's not by separation or divorce. It is how to make their lives better than what you have. The same as your wife. It's a union. That's why they call it a union of man and woman. It's not a union of me and to my advantage, nor a union of her and to her advantage. It is for the family. And that's why I can't understand divorce. Abortions.
Abortion, yeah.
One thing that I cannot understand. I have been in the States since 1980. I practice, and when I hear a lot of the Americans would say, it is our right. Why is the right that they believe in is to kill another person? That's not a right. That is crime. They think that, I think women who say that are being selfish. It's because you want to enjoy sex, but you don't want the consequences. Nobody can guarantee you that if you want to enjoy something, don't expect something good always the time, you know. It's God entrusted you with a life. It's not yours to take nor to destroy. So you're not supposed to be doing that. So I hate it when I hear that women's the thing that I understand with the women asking for that they have the right for divorce. Remember, you cannot create a human being by yourself. It's the product of two people. Now you're just deciding because you don't want the period of becoming pregnant, nursing. That's why it's better to talk it out before are we ready to have kids. When you say I'm ready, it doesn't mean to say that if you got angry that you can just kill the kid. It's not a privilege to have a kid. It is a hereditary right to have a kid, because if we don't continue on having kids, what is this earth going to be?
Wow.
So,
And at the end, what would you tell your younger self? You have experienced a lot in life. What would you tell your 18-year-old version? What would you tell yourself now as an advice, what you learned, or young people in the world?
the thing about being a teenager is that there's a lot of, being a doctor, I have noticed that there's a lot of kids who never had the guidance of having a good parent. You know, most of the time, most of them do not have, the father is not there. So they kept saying, well, the mother's always with them. Why should I be with them? But they forgot that the father is the rock by which the house stands. The mother is the one that makes the house. But without the father supporting that house, the house is going to collapse. It's not a job of one, it's a job of two. So,
Wow. Thank you so much for that beautiful interview.